Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a bit more of Tales of Phantasia for the Super Famicom with the fan translation. I noticed recently when I actually uploaded some of the videos finally to YouTube that the beginning was a bit cut off, so I waited a bit longer to actually start, so hopefully this is not going to be quite as cut off anymore. So, last time what we managed to do is we got through the entire Tower of Odin. We acquired the Flamberge from Odin's Tower, Odin's legendary weapon, fire envelops the blade. It's the exact same power as our Vorpal sword. I'm still going to equip the pole arm here, because we're going to be encountering enemies that are immune or even absorb certain elements, so having a neutral element weapon is just almost strictly better in a lot of cases anyways. So I don't need the Nimsing anymore for a while. I'm going to equip the Potion Boots on you. A Battle Rune, that is alright. You have a Fairy Ring, that is okay. And Mint has a Fairy Ring as well. Alrighty. That is perfectly fine. Every time I say Flamberge. How do you pronounce that then? So, let's see. We also got new abilities I actually kind of forgot to point out. Also, I should probably level up the Phoenix and Lionheart off stream sometime. So, alrighty. First of all, I'm going to replace Tiger Teeth here with Magma Rift. Magma Rift, you will see, is actually a really nice and useful ability, pretty quick to use. In fact, I use it for the speedrun in specific instances. Then we have Soul Edge, which is one of the abilities that we unlocked when we were, well, getting the final abilities there, after getting the Vorpal Blade and the Flamberge. So let's equip the Soul Edge for now. Actually pretty fascinating ability. And then he also got Soul Wave. I mean, I guess I can just demonstrate it. It's pretty decent. I prefer the Fury Slash, but it's not bad at all. So, for today, we will go and just follow the main storyline until we reach a certain point, and then we will look to do a bit of side stuff instead, I think. So, we are currently, well, we have acquired all three legendary artifacts that we are supposed to combine now at the place of origin, such as we were told, and the place of origin is in here, in the Ymir Forest, as we learned. So, I'm not going to do the trick to avoid, well, random encounters, so we're just going to get into random encounters, because those here are actually rather tricky. Let me see real quick. Clarf has the Diamond Ring equipped still. I think that is alright. Do you have anything new to equip? Nothing. Here. Oh. Just gets a rare plate as well now, I guess. I may have forgotten that earlier. That's alright. Still want to equip the pole arm though. Hey Letland, welcome to you, and also thank you for the host. Flamberge? Really? Is that French? I actually never knew. On Flamberge. Oh, Flamberge. Fair enough. Alrighty. So this is Soul Wave. If you could actually see it. Not really likes using Maxwell. So this is Soul Wave. It activates a bunch of stars around my character, which actually do deal damage to enemies, and it's pretty substantial too. Like, it is pretty decent to say the least. And then it unleashes, well, a Soul Wave in the end. So it's a pretty significant ability, really nice to use. However, I do prefer the Fury Slash, generally speaking, because it's just more damage, generally. Not entirely true, because once we reach the damage cap, which is 9,999 damage with a single swing, we probably would not, well, we probably would deal more damage with the Soul Wave at that point. Elven Village. We are back here where we got Jester's bow at some point. And let us actually explore the village a little bit. We already talked with people. They seem to be more open towards, well, cooperating with humans.
I appreciate Rumbard's efforts to open the village up to the humans, but I prefer the peace and quiet of the old days.
I can't blame you for that. Humans tend to mess up things a bit. So, dime store. I think we probably want to... Yeah, we'd most definitely want to stock up again. The thing is, if I ever run out of orange gummies, I would still have the mixed gummies that we could use anytime. Welcome, thank you. So, some holy bottles as well. We can definitely use those. Maybe I should get a Mystic Rune at some point, but for now it's alright. So, the weapon shop only has the bow for Chester, nothing else. Hey Metal Bear, thank you for the host. Hi.
I was sent to Alvanesta as an emissionary of the Elven Nation. I met the princess and boy was he hot.
Wow. Alrighty, hello.
I came here to get away from it all and groove on all these nature vibes.
The store is locked. It must be used for some kind of storage. Well, maybe. Never been able to enter that, not even in the past. And hey Metal Bear, greetings to you, hope you're doing well. Groceries. They sell organic food, nothing terribly interesting. Not that many people that sell non-organic food. Hi, how are you guys doing?
Our leader Rambert has changed his mind about humans. He'd like to offer them the pact of friendship.
I work at Alvanesta supermarket. Many elves shop there to buy organic food.
I'd like to see downtown Alvanesta just once.
There's a lot of harvest this year, and the forest supplies us with a great number of animals to hunt. It's been a good year for us. Overall, sounds pretty awesome actually. Doesn't look like there's anything of note over here. Nope, alrighty. And we've been in the inn, so we are supposed to return to the place of origin. This time we don't have Rumbard to tell us where to go to. It's actually the exact same road. Well, the thing is, normally when you play this game casually, you probably don't exactly remember anymore where to go through and where to go to. On top of that, this is once again kind of like in the past. This was already a jump up in terms of difficulty and danger for enemy encounters overall. And well, this is actually not much different right now. Enemies have more or less leveled up, let's put it that way. And yeah, it can be a bit tricky to navigate. I don't think there's anything specifically new in here aside from one thing that we will be exploring later. But for now, I'm not going to use holy bottles, just walk through the end, so to speak, and fight any encounters that we run across. As in, nothing new in terms of items. So we have priests, branches, heretics. Let me actually see. Oh, hi, there's a lot of enemies over there. Let's try to use Volk. Just trying to interrupt whatever they might cast. Let's see. Okay, that's pretty decent damage. More reliable than Maxwell anyways, because it is straightforward damage. So, this is Magma Rift. It spews... Oh, there's another dude. Oh. It spews out a little bit of flame from the ground and then uses a pretty strong poke attack. So right now, poke is not good for this weapon. Oh, he teleports, that's why. I was wondering, I didn't see anything on the left. He teleports. So this weapon is not particularly good for poking, but Magma Rift will be very, very good very, very soon. Trust me in that. Either way, we need to respect the enemies in here. They are definitely not without danger. Just going to use some more Volt. And also going to use a Flare Bottle here, Repress. Just basically my natural muscle memory from speedrunning this game is essentially just use Flare Bottles all the time at the beginning of combat. I agree to you, Radix Ferens. Welcome to you as well. Ouch. It's probably going to invoke Mint to use Nurse, but too late. Actually pretty good money here. We get 14,000 gold for one combat. Pretty substantial, actually. I have to admit, I never grinded for money in this game, so yeah, that's a thing. All I remember about this game is getting petrification party vibes, yes. In this specific portion here, there are... There are those lizards that hit you, and with their regular attack, they can't just petrify you. And petrification is pretty bad, because they can then follow up really quickly with other stuff. There is silence, there we go. Okay, just about enough heretics. So this is Soul Edge. It's really good overall. Oh, well, a rip. Tester anyways. That's a lot of damage. I don't know whether Clark took any damage at all. Mint easily survived this apparently. Let's revive Chester here. Either way, Soul Edge is a really nice long-range attack. It's pretty expensive to use, so I'm not sure about using it generally speaking. But it is really, really nice to just kind of have a long-range attack like that. And we learned Firebrand. Firebrand, wrap your blade in flames, then throw it at the enemy. I have to admit, I have no idea what Firebrand even is. Usually don't get this high level in a speedrun. Let's just test it, I guess. It is a short-range ability, so I'm not sure how great that will be, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. Tougher Monkeys, thank you for 20 rums of support. Welcome back to you. Well, I'm glad you enjoy your stay. Thank you so much. Oh, a sashim. And those are bees. That does not look pleasant if you ask me. Clark, could you use Volt around here? That would be rather pleasant. Thank you for the healment. Those were 32,000 gold. Holy cow, you get a lot of money really quick. Meow. I see. Well then, I wish you a pleasant day at work. Thank you for dropping by, and take care. So this is Firebrand. Interesting. Volt. Ah, Firebrand is pretty good. The recovery time is pretty lengthy to be able to actually do anything anymore, but it's pretty good. Also, Rip Chester again. Nurse. Thank you, Olafie. I'm probably going to get a cure for Mint. Just a moment here. I actually really like Firebrand. The main problem about it really is that it's a pretty substantial time for the ability to recover. Wow, Max one should really missed there. So yeah, I like that firebrand attack. It's pretty good. Magma Rift is probably going to still win out because I'm more used to it, but overall it's nice. Also, those guys can teleport in the middle of maximal attack, so that's a thing too, I guess. So I'm switching back to Magma Rift. Actually, you know what? I'm going to switch over to Gale Shield for now, for a different reason, because that will soon come up and be relevant. In the meantime, we need to revive our little Chester friend here. And thank you very much, Toffer. Appreciate that. So, by the way, it's Flamberger. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I wish you were using Love Maxwell here, actually. In fact, I should disable Clark's Maxwell usage for now. I believe this reduces our defense, but I don't think it has actually much of an impact in terms of how much less or more damage we take. This spell, well, our defense is no longer reduced, I guess. Thank you, Mint. And I would like for you to silence on this one. Silence is actually a really nice little spell. It's pretty simple. It silences enemies, obviously. And enemies that can have quite the impact can get silenced. So I'll silence this guy too, and like bottle on Chester. Also, the silence effect is kind of cute as well. It just throws that little card on them. Yeah, that guy's silenced. Yetta. Alrighty. Clarf, you should no longer use Maxwell for now. Use Volt instead. Volt is, on average, way better. We also have arrived now at the end of this forest. We are kind of exactly where we were before. In the past. Literally in the past. We need to replenish our TP so we can cast more spells again. Mint still has enough. Alright. And with that, do I need to rearrange my status? Well, maybe you're a bit far out of hope, but that's about it. Alrighty, so here we are. I'm sure there's some magical presence here. It could be Origin. Here? When Rambard used the power of the stone to repair the rings here in the past, I knew I saw something. Now I'm positive what I saw was the spirit Origin. And fun little fact, I deliberately did not point it out. You actually could have indeed seen it. Probably a lot of you did see it. Archie! What? Of course Archie needs to come over here. Haha, I followed you! Up there? It's Archie. With Volt's power, she can soar above the trees for hours. This is not time to joke around.
I see you arrive bearing both the firebrand and the vorpal. Are you ready?
Yes. And we fight Origin now. So this little guy is Origin. He has a Seraphim with him. And Origin is the king of dwarves. Oh boy, he is pretty strong, but at the same time, we should be able to take them out rather easily. Let's take care of the Seraphim first. Volt actually deals pretty decent damage. I believe it actually heals the Seraphim though. No, it doesn't. But Volt is decent damage. So, this guy here is a lot like a lot of other bosses. Oh, very often, he just doesn't do anything. In fact, I'm going to give Flare Bottle to Chester. And what I'm going to be doing, I'm trying to put him into the corner and then use Gale Shield. We have not actually yet managed to demonstrate how ridiculously powerful Gale Shield can be. Thank you, Mint. There we go. So this is an insane amount of damage in an incredibly short time span using Gale Shield like that. And, well, Origin has been really nice to us for now. There we go, Forge of Cosmos, good night Chester. Oh, he actually survived. Normally Chester has like 200 HP in the speedrun here because you don't level up Chester at all before you come here. But you suddenly have him in the party because Archie leaves. Also, by the way, fun fact, in the PlayStation version, you do get to rearrange your party before going through here. You can actually have Archie in your party and use her against Origin. This is not a possibility in the SNES version. Thank you, Mint. That attack is incredibly fast. Good Chester. I kind of want to have Chester alive. His regular arrow attacks actually are pretty substantially useful. And in fact, you do use the pole arm in the speedrun here as well, as a weapon. So this is kind of as much damage as we will do. Oh, right, I actually forgot something. Mint normally uses her little hammer ability, and that can hit Origin too. It's pretty good, actually. Alrighty, that was Origin. Not too tough of a battle, generally speaking, but it can give you some trouble, especially if you have your party too close to the character who takes the Cosmic Forge, or what it's called. Valkyrie learned. Ooh, that's interesting.
Unbelievable! I actually lost to a bunch of mortals. Well then, what can I do for you?
I'd like to do things. First, create the Eternal Sword from these two. We've collected both the Flamberge and the Vorpal. Flamberge, Clark. Flamberge. Second, I'd like a contract. And what do you need that for? We needed to bind Dals to this time in order to kill him.
Dals? He's a toughie. What's so funny? The entire world is at stake. Oh, please. You humans can be so self-important and so narrow-minded.
Why, I bet you haven't even thought about why Dals is here, have you? Or who he even is, or where he is from. His methods and reasoning are far beyond your comprehension. He's right. We don't know all there is to know about Dals, but there are too many people who are suffering and dying by his hand. We're just trying to save our world.
Regardless, you did defeat me in battle, so I am obligated to grant your wishes.
Place the sword and the diamond ring on the stone and step aside. That looks pretty funky. This is the Eternal Sword? Yes, it is. We earned the Eternal Sword. Something is speaking to me. Wield this sword with honesty and justice. I feel a new ability within me. Press learn Teleport, Soul Strike, and Soul Forge. Now it's my turn. Yes, I suppose. Spirits of magic, I beseech you. Grant me the power of creation. My name is Clark. Well, didn't just get
New weapon, we also get a new summon. Clark gained the ability to summon the King of Dwarves, Origin. Now all we need to do is find out where Daos is hiding. But we don't even know where to begin to look. Maybe Runeglove can help us out. I agree with Archie. Let's go to Almanesta. And to Almanesta we go more or less automatically. And hey Reticularis, and greetings to you Brachydactylus. Welcome. I like you too. And I hope you guys are doing well. Origin doesn't feel very excited about this whole thing. He knows more than we do, so there's that. So, yeah, I guess. Ah, you've done it. Yes, where should we look for Daos? I'm not entirely sure. What do you mean? Well, I have a theory. There's a place at the southern end of the world that is always covered in darkness. There is a town there called Ari. You think Daos could cause the darkness? It's possible that the darkness is required for him to keep his hideout invisible. I'm sorry, I can't offer you any concrete evidence. Well, I guess we'll be off for Ari then. Good luck, be careful. Origin isn't just sleepy, who knows? I mean, Andini was woken up from her slumber, and she was pretty mad about that. She might have just been sleeping. Either way, we have a new weapon, ladies and gentlemen, and that new weapon is the Eternal Sword. A sword that embodies all the mysteries of time and space. It's pretty strong, as in, it's the strongest weapon we can have, plus it is a neutral element, so we don't have to worry about enemies being immune to certain elements, which is really nice. Punish Clarf's TP. Speaking of Clarf, Clarf now has a new ability to summon Origin. It summons the spirit of creation. Origin is the lost king of dwarves. And Origin is really good. As in, Origin is probably the type of thing, once you acquire it, you don't really have much of a reason to use anything else. That good. Maxwell might trump in specific instances, but for the most part, Origin is just insanely powerful. Also, we have not explored the rest of Almanesta yet. I would say, let's do that real quick. Hi. Magical spirits protect both their homes and those who cast their spells. Let's see. I don't know what that means. Hi. I'm an upperclassman. No one brought him coffee. We should bring some coffee that we make on our farm sometime. So you're gonna try too? Hey, give it a shot! You're entering the 128th annual Almanista Marathon. Why not enter and win a prize? On the 28th, you say? So there's at least 22 years where you didn't do the thing? Sure. Needs an explanation? Nah, it's probably the exact same thing. Let's get started. Not much of a marathon, it's more of a sprint race. So this is actually more difficult now than the previous one. He does not slow down nearly as much as the previous little guy. And he's pretty good at taking the corners. But with a little bit of practice this shouldn't be too difficult, as long as I don't accidentally bump into things too much. Out of habit I'm holding down the B button, by the way, which you don't need to in this case. It's automatically fast running. You don't even need to have the chat boots equipped. I always think the people are standing in front of the building on that right side there. They don't. Either way, we managed to get through here without any trouble. Goal! Wow, you won. Now you can choose a prize. So, alrighty. S-Flag is an item that fully recovers someone from being fallen in combat to full health, full TP. It's pretty good actually. Silver Mattock is an accessory that protects you from certain abilities and spells. Unfortunately, we already have way too good of accessories, so Silver Mattock is not that great.
The bow, one of them I believe is a pretty decent bow for Chester, but the elven bow just trumps everything, so we go for the S-Flag. Come back for a rematch. Let me actually specifically look up what that bow is for. I did actually end up looking up a lot of stuff already. One thing I did not look up is actually the Mines of Moria, because I feel like those might be more interesting if I just more or less went into those blind. I have never really looked at them much. I just looked at them a little bit, that's about it. So where is my notepad thingy? Hello? Did I close it? I think I closed it, guys. Either way, the bow is not all that strong compared to what we have at this point. So, aside from that, at this point, I think it is about time that we buy a stack of rune bottles, supplies. And I guess we also can buy more holy bottles. Oh wait, we already restocked those somewhere. I guess I didn't use any walking through the forest. So we buy 14 rune bottles. I'm going to use all of those because we are starting to get into what the dangerous territories. And I'm going to be... Let's see, how do I do this? Alrighty, here's how I'm doing. I'm going to use all those rune bottles on a stack of 15. I need to go and update my equipment my supplies real quick. Mines of Moria, Tolkien vibes? Yes. Actually, in some translations or fan translations, it's called Morlia with an L. So it's kind of strange. What can I do for you? I'd like to replenish all of my items for now. Actually, I can do the thing here. Don't buy all of those yet. Don't buy all of those yet. Don't buy all of those yet. No, buy all. No, this should be fine. I want to set up my inventory in a very specific way, so my consumable items are going to be up top, and it's going to be easy to access them. So that means I will want to buy... No, before I buy, I need to use the rune bottle now. So the rune bottles, where did we buy those? Where are they? There they are. Alrighty. Rune bottles, we use it on apple gummy. We make a lemon gummy out of it. Lemon gummy is 60% of your HP recovered, it's pretty good. Then we use it on... Where's the mixed gummies? Here. Use it on mixed gummies too. Then I buy... Oh shoot, hang on. I need to use up one holy bottle before I can buy a new one. Let me buy a holy bottle, and now I'm going to order everything by latest acquired. That didn't work at all the way I hoped it would. That didn't work at all the way I hoped it would. Alrighty, let's do it this way then. Use it on apple gummy, use it on the mixed gummy. Then we buy another holy bottle, and then we rearrange the latest acquired. Alrighty, so lemon gummies and miracle gummies are now up top in our inventory, which should help us survive quite tremendously. So I'm going to be using all of the rune bottles on mixed gummies. Now we have miracle gummies. Those replenish 60% TP and HP at the same time. They are really, really good. Buy more rune bottles. And I do want to use them somewhat sparingly, but not really. Let's put it that way. Then on the apple gummies. And actually, before I buy rune bottles, we all used up all the rune bottles just now. Before I buy new ones, I want to buy mixed gummies.
Because those mixed gummies are going to be in that one empty item slot that is just, well, that just newly appeared there, and that mixed gummies will also be easily accessible in the menu without me having to search for them much. But this is a bit of a setup, I guess, but I feel like it's worth it in the grand scheme of things. Hawthor stole it. Oh. Hawthor, why would he do that? That's kind of mean. Where is it? There. Oh. There's the remote. Alrighty. Alright indeed. Okay. So, let us explore the rest of Albanista. We have visited all of these buildings, I believe. Actually, we haven't been in the front here yet. Since the past, that is. We've been here in the past, but... well, there's no one here. Am I routing the game now? No, the routing is already done since a while, but... I'm just... watching or looking at things. Hi. Have you ever been to the Ninja's country? The entrance is somewhere in the northwest of the Treants Forest. Interesting. I want to go for a swim in the ocean. Hi. Cow. Last time it was a dog. I think this is still welcome to Alvanista. And... No! All my files are gone! Well, still can't enter those buildings. Then we have the underground here. Adventurers Guild. Hi. Ugh, I think I had one too many beers. You're still standing there 150 years later? In the Frelat Desert, near the volcano, there's an ancient tower. It used to be the capital for the country of Odin, so this is how you figure that out, I guess. I just happen to know where it is. Some magical spirits are easy to find, some don't spend much time in our world, and are unavailable for contracts. I wonder where they are. My grandfather was a great pianist. I play piano too, but not nearly as well as he did. Hey. The dwarves were most skilled blacksmith the world has even ever known. Ever. There are many treasures and secrets in Moria Gallery. Hey cutie, looking for a good time? Wow. This is still the same dialogue, isn't it? We've got our own house beyond the town. Read Sakuraba. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I guess this is still the same as it is before. Almost the same, they have slightly different dialogue at times. Hi. Early summer is very hot here. I love summer. No. Wow. I'm not a dog, I'm a wolf. Ruff. What? Hi. Walking the dog is not as easy as it looks. Well, walking is easy, but taking care of them... I don't want this old mutt anymore. What? This one? I don't even know. So, and I think that's pretty much it. Alrighty. Where were we? Right, we wanted to go to the village of Ari, or Eri. And it is shrouded in eternal darkness. This might be Dahl's doing, for all we know. I'm freezing! Oh, it's freezing. Let's see if we can get a room in the inn. Alrighty, but before that we just take a quick look around here. I love the music, it's so nice. Hello! We also sell food to go here. Macarons. Alrighty. Such one. Hey, let me sell this book on sword techniques I wrote. Really? I'll sell it to you for 50,000 gold. Sure. Crest learned Cinderhawk. Probably one of those other abilities that influence fire. We have Mothit. Thanks! I may have enough to retire now. Wow, 50,000 is enough for you to retire? Oops, where am I even going? Here. That's a Cinder Hawk. Oh, Soul Forge and Soul Strike, you need to master Teleport and Soul Wave. I did not realize that. And Teleport is an ability we also got. I did not realize there was combination abilities of those. I will probably just master them sometime, I guess. Either way, Cinderhawk uses Magma Rift and Phoenix, so both are Fury or Fire abilities. We're not going to use that anytime soon, I don't think. You know what, I'm just going to start using Soul Wave, considering that it is something that you can train and get a combination ability for. So that sounds interesting enough to me. Hi. The cave of the northwest of here used to be mined for all kinds of ores, but when Daz returned, the entire mountain just disappeared. And so did many of the miners. Wow. That's less than ideal. How do you like a nice hot cup of coffee? I would love a coffee right now. This used to be a prosperous mining town. Now everyone is too frightened to stay. I don't blame them. This town fell into eternal night about 3 years ago, which is about the same time Dao showed up again. But we think he may have something to do with it. Yeah, sounds like it. We're from Alvanista. We're trying to determine why it's always nighttime here. Oops. Coffee. Good morning to you, Beep Dragon. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. This place has the greatest coffee in the world. Hey, you're Kress, right? His Highness told me that you're looking for Daz. Yes, is there anything you can tell me? We think he's somewhere on the island, but we can't prove it. I see. I wish there was something else I could do for you. Actually, there is something. I found this on the body of a demon we fought on the mountain. Please take it with you. Thank you. We received a Darius emblem. Darius emblem. It's a Darius emblem. Darius emblem. The use of origin to this item are not known. It's an accessory. You can equip it. Hi. Oh, I could sure go for a hot bath right now. Like in the Ninja country. Where? It's in the northwest corner of the Train's Forest. You said north... west? Didn't we have south? West? Whatever. It's in many corners, I guess. Maybe it's a really large village. Hi. It's too cold to be on duty today. It's 20 degrees below zero. There are more monsters outside the village than there used to be. That does not sound so pleasant. Alright, that leads outside. And yes, please keep the chat family friendly. And to actually answer your question, that was quite a long time ago. The snow spirit Stardust only live for a few hours. Contract? Oh no, you can only see them, sometimes very early in the morning, a faint glow in the sky. In this world, legends can become reality if you dream it and wish it hard enough. You have to keep the dreams alive. Hi. I also sell medicines of all sorts. Alright, maybe buy more apple gummies. Because we need to restock on those. I kind of forgot that I could restock here. So I went back to the other place for not that much reason. It was just mentioned, please avoid that. Up, up, attack, down, down, attack. Up, up, attack, down, down, attack. Up, up, attack, down, down, attack. Welcome to Ari. I heard that somewhere on this island lives a magical spirit of darkness. I wonder if that's true. It might be. Welcome. So, and they sell question mark weapons here for 100,000 gold.
Sounds pretty strong if you ask me. And then mithril equipment, which that mithril equipment is actually pretty substantially decent overall, but because we have the rare equipment already on the island that is not marked anywhere on the map, we already have better stuff, I think. I'm curious what those question mark weapons and bows are though. So, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and... Oh, we only have one Lotus perfume? Actually, I think we got a... Where is it? I think we got one of those other things too. The charm bottle. There, we got another charm bottle. Alright, so we can use one charm bottle to just see what those do. The last Lotus perfume I want to use for different purposes. So, let us buy the question mark weapon and this thing here. I'm just curious what they do. So, rune bottles onto... Question mark weapon is the ice coffin. A sword containing the soul of a slain ice dragon. Not all that strong, but it's water element, which might be relevant. Then the question mark bow. Oh, wave spread, we already had that. Soul Stealer. Oh, Soul Stealer is, by the way, the bow you get from defeating Origin. It actually has really high attack. The downside is that accuracy in comparison to the... name, oh, okay, right. The downside is that the accuracy compared to the other one is not quite as good. The Elven bow, there we go. Question mark books, Seventh Sun, question mark bow, short bow, right. Or maybe we bought the thing here. Either way, you get a pretty good bow from Origins battle itself. So we also got a bunch of star cloaks and star caps, so Mint gets a star cap. We get the Soul Stealer apparently by default. But the accuracy difference is just too steep for my taste. Like, on top of that, the Soul Stealer has an element which is not usually a good thing, unfortunately. I might keep it around, but generally speaking, I prefer to not use this. Let me actually exchange you for Archie for a moment, just to see whether we can give you something. This festive ribbon. I see you like festive ribbons. I don't even know where we got that from. That's alright. And let me change back to Clark because we still haven't even seen Origin yet. And that's that for now. Actually, let us... No, we don't equip that yet. We are supposed to go to the inn at some point. Maybe we should do that sometime. Also, I should probably clear out my inventory sometime, so we don't have quite as much stuff in there anymore. I agree, see you, Narcotis. Welcome. How are you doing? I've heard about the Alliance Alive. Only 3DS RPG. No, I've never heard of that, to be honest. I can get you a room. Well, it's empty god. Would you like to stay the night? Sure. Good night. Check out us at 9. Ugh, it's cold. What's wrong, Mint? Dress, can I talk to you alone for a few minutes? What is it, Mint? I'll tell you later. Just meet me outside, okay? Okay. I'll be out in a few minutes. Huh? Where did Mint go? She took a walk. Too cold outside for me. Now there she is standing. She seems sad about something.
What's wrong, Cress? Nothing. I'm gonna step outside for a bit. Hey, I'm going too. I'd really prefer to go alone, okay? Something's fishy. Cress too? It's way too cold for these old bones. How nice it must be to be so young and full of life. You're only 27, Clark, come on. Oh, please, you're not so old, you're not even 30. Exactly, Archie. Yeah, whatever. Those old bones. Well, it's still early. What should we do to kill some time? Oh. What are you doing? I've been toying around with an idea. Origin. One of your powers is the ability to see the future and the past, correct? Well, I can use the Eternal Sword to show a scene from the past. Showing immortal events yet to come is strictly forbidden. What are you talking about? Even though you technically have a contract with me, I can only do this once, Clark. I understand. Hey, can you guys give me a little privacy? Why? What are you going to see? Hey, come on, it's private. Man, everyone's trying to get away from me tonight. So, what is it you'd like to see? What? I see. You don't need to be embarrassed about that. Everyone can tell. You should be shouting that as loud as you shout my name when you call me. Regardless, here we go. Well, that's all for today's lesson, kid. Thanks. When will Clark come home? When he beats up dolls and comes home. When he beats up dolls and comes home, can we have a party? Well, he's strong like an ox and smart like a snake. I'm sure he's fine. We'll be back soon. Yes. See you tomorrow. Goodbye, children. I wonder where he is now. Please be safe, Clark. I will continue to wait for your return. So that's what he wanted to do. Oh, Clark. What are you doing, Chester? I was going to check on Cress and Mint. What? What do you mean, what? I swear, we are like total opposites. Well, at least we agree on something. Why are you always so mean? Me mean to you? Ha! Ever since we met, you've done nothing but purposefully get under my skin. To think when I first saw you, I thought you were kinda cute. When you first saw me, you thought what? Nothing. Never mind. Hey, let's go outside. Nah, it's freezing out there. You can go by yourself. Didn't you just want to go and check on whatever? Damn it, boy, come on.
Feel free to just time them out, Leflin.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Don't worry about it. It took me a while to get away. Is it okay if I sit down next to you, Mint? Yes, please.
So there's an invisible bench there.
So, what did you want to talk about? Take a look at this. It's an earring. Place this on the wall, and you will be able to escape.
Wait just a minute, who are you?
Okay, I'll give it a try. Unicorn earrings are very rare, Chris. The only one I've ever seen belonged to my mother. When we were at Tornix's house, I saw it while you were sleeping and I took it. I just can't believe I never got to say goodbye to her. I'm sorry. Chris, I want to thank you for not telling me then. If you had, Mint, I really think I would have given up hope. Thank you.
Hey, it's snowing again. Can we please go back inside where it's warm? Oh, shut up and kiss me. What? And he just drags her back inside and it's like... That's so weird. Whatever. Alrighty, after this lengthy scene we get more cutscenes.
I'm looking for Chris Alvin. Is there a Chris Alvin here?
I'm Chris. Who are you?
I work at Alvanista's intelligence agency. We spotted a huge castle floating in the sky.
A castle?
In the old mining area to the west of here.
Could it be Dal's?
Well, we'll look into it. Just head west and slightly north. Good luck. I'm leaving.
Recovered the mana earring. So, this is indeed the earring that we got all that time ago in the cutscene where, well, Chris, Mint's mother, somehow managed to get Chris out of the jail cell through giving him the unicorn earring, and where he kept it, well, secret all that time. The mana earring increases all of Mint's stats by quite a substantial amount. The unicorn symbolizes mana, enhances one's mana power. I don't actually know what it exactly does, but it's Mint's earring. We're going to give it to her. Yeah, alrighty. And that's that. This is the entirety of the village of Ari. Let's go head over to the mines over to the west. Hi. I've heard all about you. Please go on. So these are the mines. Huh. They don't look like much like mines, but at the same time we did learn that suddenly half the mountain was missing.
I don't see anything here.
Well, like Glum said, the castle doesn't really exist in any temporal location.
Let's try the Eternal Sword.
Yes, it may be able to bind the castle to this time.
Let's do it.
Eternal Sword, show us the house lair. By the way, no, the Eternal Sword is not computerized, I don't think. I have no idea what it is exactly. Welcome back, Wildlight.
there's the floating castle. Just as I thought. How are we going to get there? The wind's too strong to try the airbursts. The eternal sword, it's reacting to something. Well, what happened? The eternal sword must be acting as a teleporter somehow. And indeed it is, which, well, we also did learn an ability that is called teleport. And teleport is actually really, really good of an ability. You can use it both long and short range. And I'm actually going to equip teleport for short range as well as long range. It's a really, really good ability. Okay. And well, we have arrived at Dahl's castle. We are going to take a peek in and then eventually come back outside to do side stuff, because this is indeed the final area. But we are going to do a few things in here first.
I can't believe you made it this far. It's so sad that you've got to die now.
Another thing of many words, we have the Dark Eye here. So, I need to have Crest far away from everybody in the party. I'm going to put him away from them, because this thing is pretty scary. Dark Eye has pretty substantial defense. Also, I need to have Mint not use that ability, I don't think. So this is Origin. It actually distorts the screen like that. This is normal? I'm not sure I would like to call that normal. Either way, that is just kind of what it does. Mint, stop using that one. So you can stun the Dark Eye, but I prefer if Mint uses the Pico Hammer instead, because that has a quicker animation. Either way, here, my Soul Wave keeps me at a safe distance and takes those out reasonably safely. The little sparks that are flying up are not really keeping me all that safe in comparison, but we are fine. Origin! Origin is fine for now. Using an orange gummy on Crest so he recovers his TP. Because Soul Wave is pretty expensive to keep using like this. But if you let the Dark Eye get close to you, like most enemies that are normally casters of some kind, he has an insanely quick attack. He attacks you like 5 times in a second, and you will not survive for particularly long, I will tell you that. Even with almost 10,000 HP on Crest and decent defense, I will die within 2-3 seconds. Everybody else would instantly die. If I were to leave him alone for a while, he would use an ability called Meteor Storm, which one-shots pretty much everybody, I dare to say. Maybe Cloud from Mint survive it right now, because they are higher level than usual. But that was the Guardian, guarding whatever is in here. So, using the wave there is actually the safe thing to do that with. It's pretty slow, however, compared to using Fury Slash. But Soul Wave is the safe way to do that. I wonder whether that's actually a good way to deal with other encounters in here too. Either way, for now, no, actually I'm going to keep Soul Wave. In here we have Holy Bottle, but we can't carry anymore, and Sage. That Holy Bottle is actually useful for a speedrun. I do pick it up because this is an incredibly long dungeon. We're going to get into enough encounters as is. I'm going to still use Holy Bottles for now. Here we have a Star Shield. Star Shield is, I think, the best equipment shield for Cress. It's actually even better than the Rare Shield. A shield made of unknown metal taken from a fall meteor. So, it's pretty good, to say the least. Well, that's probably a bit of an understatement. Then over here, we have a switch. And that switch opens up a door to the right side. So you kind of have to go and press this one. It's worth noting that this room here, where the mini-boss was, it does not actually contain any enemies, so really don't need to worry about those. Which also means it resets the step counter for the Holy Bottle that we have here.
Then further, there is this door here. It's a one-way door, you cannot go backwards through it. But that's not much to worry, because in here we get a book of spells. Archie learned Meteor Storm. No boy, Meteor Storm is insanely powerful. Let me actually get Archie into our team. Let me exchange Chester for now, actually. Put Archie over here. Off in the back. So, and I'm also going to tell Archie she can use Meteor Storm. You're missing, I think, 3 spells. I don't know where they are, but I will figure it out in between sessions here. So, and Clarf, you can use Origin, I'm okay with that. Mint, however, so I allowed her to use pretty much all abilities so far. However, I would prefer if she were to not use certain abilities like Hammerhead. Nurse is alright. I think Cure is pretty good as well, Heal is good too. Oh, also we learned Valkyrie. Sons of War Goddess to bless all allies. Increases your stats, generally speaking. I think mainly attack. So it can be really good, but might as well use a flare bottle instead. That's quicker and easier to use. But Valkyrie is pretty neat in combat too. I'm trying to use it once. Found the question mark armor and the rune bottle. I do believe this is another reflect mail, if I'm not mistaken. I need to restock on rune bottles at some point. Oh, it's a star cloak. I think we have enough star cloaks. She has a star cloak. You can't... Wait. You can't... The star cloak is better than the rare plate? I had no idea. Alright. We now have star cloaks on everybody but Chester and Cress. Interesting. Zero Uzuki. Thank you for subscribing for 2 rumps. Welcome back. And well, I'm glad you enjoy your stay. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. So, here we have assassins. They are dangerous, they are scary too. But thankfully we have an entire team to deal with them right now. And here we have Meteor Storm. Oh boy. Also feel free to correct me how to pronounce your name. Zero Uzuki? Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So those ninjas, whenever you hit them, they have a chance to teleport away after you hit them just right above someone's head, and then they deal a ton of damage. They're pretty dangerous, to say the least. You kind of don't want to get in the way of their attacks. They are even dangerous to Cress without Hardmode, with the current equipment and level we have. Door is barricaded shut. Here we have a switch. Might open that door over there. I got it? Alrighty. Once again, thank you very much. We have an elixir here and the question mark armor. This might be another star cloak for all I know. Oh, that's a Gaia armor. Alrighty, Gaia armor is really, really good for Cress. I believe it's better than the rare plate. Yes, it is. It has resistances and absorption against pretty much every element. Armor created by Golem Blacksmiths. It's really, really strong. And there's 2 Gaia armors in the game, and I think only 2 people who can equip it, so... in my team anyways. So it makes sense, I guess. Meteor Storm. So, those are Commodos. I don't actually know whether they have any special abilities with their attacks. And Cardinals. I don't know those either, because usually at this point we have Origin and Meteor Storm to take care of those enemies pretty quickly, to say the least. Archie getting a level, Mint getting a level. I'm deliberately not using a holy bottle right now, by the way. Just to see a few more encounters along the way. And here, now the door is open, and we find a tablet with something written on it. Curious what that will read. Uh-oh. Mint is defeated. So that Commodore over there does not actually hasn't taken any damage yet. Till just now, where Origin and Meteor Storm hit it at the same time. They just defeated the Commodore on their own. I'm impressed, to say the least. So, this is kind of where I probably should equip a Fairy Ring on Clark instead of anything else, because his TP consumption is kind of through the roof right now, because Origin costs so much. So we'll do that real quick. I think we have another Fairy Ring. Yes, we do. And we would like to revive Mint, because, well, he's our only healer of the team. Well, we do have items, but still. Let's see. There's a secret passage somewhere on this floor. Somewhere on this floor, you say. So, basically, if you know about the secret passage, you don't have to do that little side thing. You can just right through here. No problem. Alrighty, I would like to get into one more encounter, that's okay. And this is teleport. You teleport close to or towards an enemy. Once again, those little particles rising up, they deal a decent amount of damage, to say the least. So it is pretty substantial. Also, unfortunately, I did not buy a laser sword. I kind of forgot about this. So there's also those Stellar enemies. Teleport is a long-range attack too, so if I use it at long range, I can teleport on top of enemies and teleport back. It's basically pretty decent for ranged combat in a sense, although if you get hit out of it, press that is, it can be a bit tricky at times. Huge monsters indeed. Alrighty, so here we have a rune. You know this one teleports you around, right? Well, let's put it this way. There is a Deadest emblem that we acquired. You're supposed to figure this out just kind of somehow along the way, as in that you should equip this Deadest emblem in order to not get taken away, because now when we step on it, everybody but Chris gets teleported away by the Deadest emblem. We are now the only person in the party. Which is kinda scary actually, because enemies do not get any weaker than they are already, so you want to be kind of careful around here. There is enemies that drop that Deadest emblem as a... I don't know how rare it is or common it is, but they do drop it. I'm going to equip the Black Onyx again to increase my maximum HP, because I would like to stay alive with Crest here. He's going to go for a while now without particularly much support of his allies. Where are the apple gummies? Oh wow, all the way down. So, if I had another weapon, I would use it now. I wonder whether the Ice Coffin has a special ability. If I had a light sword, I would equip it now, but we don't. I don't. So, I'm going to go back to using Magma Rift here. Soul Wave is nice, but it's kind of slow-ish. Magma Rift is way quicker. Although, I do want to have another ability for enemies that may come in between. Let's get Fury Slash as well. So, alrighty. Here are those side rooms here. Question mark helmet and question mark book. I do believe this is a better helmet than anything else we could have so far, so let's take a look at what it is. Well, it's a star cap, it's pretty good. I wonder whether Archie could use another star cap or whether she does not actually equip caps at all. Either way, we have those little things. Well...
You've got to get past us before you can dream on moving on.
Oh, dream on moving on, sure. Either way, this is a Hanzo. It is basically a bit of an upgraded Ponoichi ninja type guy, and they are weak to the light swords.
I'm just going to try and defeat him with teleport repeatedly, because they are scary. Those things are dangerous. They are protecting the Death Emblem. So, what do you do for Death Emblem? Well, we need 5 of those in order to get our entire party across. That is currently our plan. So there's various ones of those guys around here, and I will want to try and take care of those. So the reason why I equip Magmark is because if we get into melee combat with those enemies, they are really scary. Also flare bottle here to increase my damage. They are really scary if you get into melee combat with those guys. I would like to point out that teleport costs me 30 HP, backstab is pretty dangerous. So, also their range attack is pretty quick too. Let me use... not an hourglass, I don't really need those anymore now that I think about it. Alrighty. We acquired the second Death Emblem. Let me restore my TP by using orange gels on him. And hey Silverfire, welcome to you. Hope you're doing well. And... I think up here is a different room that I don't normally go to. Yes, indeed. Chests contain a question mark staff and star gloves. Can we equip star gloves or those for the other characters? We can equip them. Gloves made from a strange alloy. I think they are basically just better defense rather than anything else. And we did get a question mark staff, and that is the star rod. Well, everything is starry right now, I guess. Is this where I think it is? Yeah, it actually is. Alrighty. So this entire area somehow wraps around. Ooh, and we have a Romai, so this is dangerous. I would like to not get into melee combat with this guy. For this reason. Oh my goodness, get away from me! Get away! Oh my goodness. This is why I kept the Furious Lash around, by the way. Oh, that was a mixed gummy. I wanted to use a miracle gummy. For more HP recovery. No, go away! Oh my god. Wow! You're defeated. Yep. Those are the enemies that can drop the Death Emblem. You can't just farm them here instead of having your entire party taken away, but yeah. This is not an easy one, to say the least. Alrighty. Same deal here again. I should have tried to run away instead. Okay, mint. Don't use those. Actually, mint. Heal, please. So yeah, those enemies are pretty scary. And we are now way too close to them. Once again, Gale Shield would be the best ability to use here if... Oh, rip. He can't teleport. Gale Shield would be the best ability to use here, if only they would actually stand still, essentially. Now he's not playing nice anymore. Get away, Chester. Get away. Wow. We had no trouble the first time, right? Well, as I said, these things, if they decide to just destroy you, well, they can do so. Alright, let me actually use Furious Slash here instead. I think that makes more sense. Furious Slash here, and we get... Fire Brand? No. Magma Rift as a secondary.
Teleport long range is fine. Lionheart as a secondary long range is okay too. And here's a bit of an odd choice, I guess. I'm going to equip the Battle Ruiner Crest so he deals more damage. That's the current plan. By the way, the more HP and levels and defense you have, the less you stagger, or the more damage you need to take in order to stagger with your character. And that is true for pretty much every place here. So, Mint, I need to tell you again that do not use most of those abilities, except for a few. You can use heal, that's okay. Cure's fine too, you can use... No, don't use Valkyrie. Use haste, delay, no hammerhead. But you can actually use the little hammer there. I'm okay with that. Alrighty, let's go. Try this again. 20% less failure, please. As you can see, Fury Slash deals about 5000 damage, and the little hammer hits! The hammer hitting is amazing because on one hand he is not dangerous for about a few seconds, which is really nice. On top of that, he never defends against the Fury Slash as well, which is really nice too. So this is kind of how you would like the fight to go the entire time. The downside about using Fury Slash like this is, rather than anything else, is that he can't just teleport away in between all of those attacks. So yeah, it's a bit dangerous. Holy Bottle on the left, Sage on the right. No enemies in here. There was a Heroes of Hammerwatch update today, neat. What is it about, if I may ask? The Star Shield, I probably want to equip that right away before I forget about it. Okay, doesn't get automatically equipped. Pull the lever, yes indeed, alrighty. We're just running back through the area here. And as I said, once you know what to do, you don't actually have to do that little side thing. However, I'm still going to get Meteor Storm because Meteor Storm is crazy good. Archie learned Meteor Storm. And what I'm going to be doing in the upcoming area, I'm just going to use Holy Bottles in a way where I will not get into any random encounters once Crest is alone. I think that is the safest thing to do for me to not well, get stuck too long, to say the least. Let's get the Dark Cloak and put the Dark Cloak on you as well. Seraphim. Seraphim are the same ones that we fought in Origins battle. They don't have much HP compared to many other enemies in these areas. They are somewhat dangerous, kind of like because they are, well, a recaller of Undyne or Flamberger. Actually, Flambalk is the boss called. They are somewhat dangerous. Shadow no longer spawns from the player when there's no line of sight to the enemy killed. Hey, nice. Added an option for having a mini-map in top right corner. That's really nice too. Good to know. Alright. Alrighty, and here I'm going to try and make one of those enemies appear that can drop the thing. Assassins are not what I'm looking for. Did it actually hit? Yeah, he is dead. Fury Slash hitting is actually really difficult in those assassins because they are so fast. But if I have backup from other characters and people in the party, it's not too bad. The Seraphims. To be fair, we are pretty underleveled in comparison where regular people and players would be right now, so I don't mind just using or keep using Fury Slash or keep battling enemies around here for more experience as well. Might as well, I guess. It also gives us a bit of money, which definitely is not too bad either. Not entirely sure why you ended up targeting that guy. Wait, I at some point set my targeting to manual, and I never set it back. Probably should set it back now. Origin most likely will take care of him at this point. Oh, no. I'm surprised. So by the way, there's a tool-assisted speedrun for this game. It does not have all the techniques and stuff in it that I recently-ish found out about the game. So, also, you don't have the feathering, do you? So it's lacking just kind of quite a few optimizations. It's not as fast as it could be, but it just manipulates and counter very quickly, defeats 4 of those enemies instead of gathering the delis and blending other ways. I feel like I wanted to do something, but I forgot what it is. Probably the fairy ring was all I needed. Origin right here is really good. It just hits all of the enemies. Bam! Risking the level. I'm going to try one more battle. By the way, the battle which you get into next is determined at the end of the battle. So it's actually impossible for humans to manipulate. Also, I'm poisoned. Poison? I don't know whether it is fixed damage or percentage based. You're shooting in the wrong direction. I have no idea what those guys are even trying. They are headless, so I guess we shouldn't blame them for not facing the correct direction because they don't have a face. It makes sense to me. So either way, there's a remedy potion here. Get rid of the poison. Because even if it's not terribly dangerous, it is still a bit of an irritating effect. And we recover TP and press. And I would say, let's just move on. There is an emblem here. If I find it. There it is. And I'm also going to use a holy bottle now. Same deal as before. I'm still going to pick up the items, which means I need to do the entire area slightly differently than what I'm used to. Question mark, helmet and book. We will identify all of those items once we are back outside, I think. And I still have Fury for that slash equipped. That could be tricky. Although we have close range teleport and long range teleport, so it should not be particularly bad. Teleport, while not being as efficient, is still a fine way to deal with those guys in close combat as well. Mainly because those little sparks actually do hurt the Hanzo guy. Oh, I do have Magma Rift, apparently. We're not saving items here. Magma Rift, this is why I really like Magma Rift. Ooh. Ouch, stop. Oh my goodness. I did not equip the Onyx anymore. Those things are just insane. I did not save afterwards, did I? Of course I didn't, because I thought I would make it this time. I like the Magma Rift as a secondary. Very good. But yes, this actually can easily happen, even if this wasn't set to hard mode, by the way. Even if this wasn't set to hard mode, those guys can completely obliterate you within a second or two. I don't know exactly how much damage hard mode adds, but this is absolutely possible that the ninja just completely destroys you anyways.
Which is also why in the speedrun you do end up buying flag. You do end up buying a laser sword which can potentially deal with those ninjas in one teleport. If you're lucky. You need to be a little, get a bit lucky doing that though. Thank you for interrupting that flash because this is not a pleasant melee attack to be in. Thank you for the heal. You didn't not healment. And this is why I like having Chester as my backup there. He just keeps hitting it. Even if it doesn't deal as much damage, he just keeps hitting it, deals decent damage to say the least. On top of that, he will repeat... let's just leave that there. He will repeatedly just... knock out the enemy from whatever he is doing, because, well, he does have that impeccable accuracy, so enemies do not have as much, well, chance to even dodge the attacks. Archie learned Meteor Storm. Unfortunately, if you equip the Derek's emblem on any other character than Cress, and he gets teleported down into, well, you will see where he gets teleported down into. I actually forgot that we didn't even show that yet. If he gets teleported, essentially... we would not be able to easily continue with another character. We would have to complete this section with, well, specifically Cress, otherwise the game does not let us. So, equip the Derek's emblem again. Don't forget the sword, the shield. Black Onyx. Replenish all my health. There's a mix coming. Question mark helmet, question mark book. Alrighty, Mr. Ninja. Please don't kill me this time, that would be lovely of you. I forgot to have the wrong thing there. Oh, this could be dangerous already. I'm actually already going to use a lemon gummy right here. Because you saw how quick he destroyed us last time. And this is why I really like Magma Rift. That first attack with the fire on the ground, enemies cannot block that or dodge it. So if they are around, which is reasonably quick anyways, they can get hit by it. If I were to use Tiger Blade, which has a slightly quicker startup, it is not guaranteed to hit. Or whatever. I actually wanted to use a holy bottle here. Hey Freddy, welcome. How are you doing? Let's try this again. Don't press up this time. I don't want to use Tiger Fan, I want to use Teleport. So I'm going to use Flare Bottle just as we are about to hit. That way we make most use of the Teleport and Flare Bottle. Alrighty, we got him. Ooh, that would have been really dangerous once again. I should have healed way earlier than that already. It's alright though. Remedy Bottle and use Apple Gum as well. We can. I wish they were higher up in the menu though. Where are they? Twinkie? When did we get Twinkies? I just gotta use them, I guess. I did not mean to... Oh, shoot. I did not mean to do that. Well, I guess the holy balls are not too far away. I need to rearrange my inventory now again. On the bright side, the apple gummies should be... No, they are not. Items used in battle first.
I don't even know what miscellaneous items are. But my entire inventory is now messed up. I have no idea where stuff is. Well, I mean, apple gummies are here, so at least I found them now. It's going to be so awkward. Might try to rearrange stuff. Place acquired and then do this maybe. Flare bottles are here again, apple gummies are here. I have no idea where the holy bottles are though. Alright, we have 2 Dennis emblems. Eric to say thank you for the good luck. Hope you're doing well. If we get into battle, we'll probably just run away, by the way. Makes a lot of sense to me. Question mark staff and star gloves. I have no idea when I need to use a holy bottle. Let's use one now if I find it. Found the dark bottle. I must have missed it. There they are. Here we go. Alrighty. Got holy balls. So there's one of those chests in the middle. If you just go right here, we can open up the chest. We don't have to fight the ninja. There's still the trigger and we would still fight him, but you can just sneak past him. It's pretty neat. So over here, this is where we came back from the other side. Once again, it wraps around. It's kind of weird. I actually wonder if that's faster. Probably not. So, did I forget anything? Nah, we should be fine. Let's use another holy bottle. So, this is the last ninja that we have to fight. The other one, we technically would have one more, but I skipped him by just stepping properly. The thing is, I don't think those fights here are terribly interesting. If you want to make it really safe, you grab one of the Darius emblems after fighting the Hanzo successfully, and then you go back and get one secondary character through here, and then go through here, but that just takes a while. So, instead, we do this, and I'm actually curious. Alrighty, so this is where we need to go, but we need 5 characters in order to go through that door. This is why you have to have 5 Darius emblems. But since we don't have one equipped, let's see where our friends landed. And where they landed, well, is a prison. Let me use a holy bottle real quick. There they are. Pry the door open. So, you need the Eternal Sword. What is it? What is it called? Yeah, the Eternal Sword in order to open up those door cells, otherwise you cannot do that. Which means the other guys couldn't actually leave those jail cells until now. Which means they are still somewhere around it here. In fact, I believe... Actually, no. None of the cells are containing anyone of the ones I'm going to be opening now. Hi. Chris, are you okay? Well, I'm okay, but are you okay? Chris, are you alright? I'm okay, let's go. Hey Archie, I was worried about you. Why are you guys worried about me? That's just silly. I was worried about you guys being, well, put into the jail cell and stuff. Here we have Clark. Chris, we need some kind of item to counteract the teleportation device. Roger, we got that now. And we can also run again, hooray. So there's nothing more in that entire prison cell, so we don't need to worry about it. Before I go on, I'm going to finally go back and save. Because that was a whole lot more hairy than I would like it to have been. I'm going to exchange Mint temporarily for Archie.
so we have more firepower. I did not mean to exchange you, but that's okay. Actually, it's not okay. I need Chester to be over here instead. So, and we are going to be equipping those stairs and lamps a little bit later, but let us go for now and explore a little bit further into the depths of this area. I will soon definitely want to go out and redo my holy bottle or my inventory. In fact, I probably will want to sell a lot of items we just are never going to use, really. Good way to break a sword, prying metal doors open. It's an eternal sword. It doesn't mind too much. Okie dokie. Now I'm going to start not using as many holy bottles anymore, because I want to get into random encounters just to see what is around here. So, we need to equip their emblems on characters. The easiest way to do that, actually, is to use them from the item menu. Put one of those on everybody. Then we need to exchange Mint and equip her with a Darius emblem as well, because you actually have to exchange a character to equip them again. Otherwise you cannot pass through here, you will lose one of your party members. You need all of them. So now that we are through, we are actually free to just equip something else again, which means I'm going to go back here to go for Tanky Crest with the Onyx, if I find it, so I have Black Onyx. I'm going to head and equip... Not sure, what should I equip on you, buddy? I don't think 2 of those battle runes actually work. Well, they increase accuracy still, even if the damage does not stack. You know what, at this point you have high enough HP that damage reduction on you actually might make a difference. I would like to have the feathering on you, and I would also like to have the feathering on you. Okay, okay. We need 5 people to open this door. 4 people in polar directions and 1 person in the center. It opened. It did open indeed. What do we get? Assassins. And Arch is not playing around, just immediately Meteor Storm. Meteor Storm is really good. The only downside is, compared to Origin, it's a much slower animation. So I do prefer using Origin over Meteor Storm if I have a choice. Oh, that ninja decided to teleport above Crest where he was teleporting to. Not a good idea. So, Crest also, by the way, has his HP maxed out. He still gains more maximum HP without the Black Onyx, but I don't have to unequip it for him to gain more HP, just in case you're wondering. I want to... Oh, we're fine. Greens to you, Harmsy. Welcome. How are you doing? Charm Bottle, Spy Lens, Sage, Holy Bottle. I need that one. Question mark weapon and question mark helmet. Let's actually start identifying those question mark items if I ever find my rune bottles in my inventory. There. Not the rune bottles. No, question mark weapon is a spine sheath. I believe spine sheath is a pretty interesting weapon. Then we have a star helmet. Here's the star rod again, and also the star cloak that we got earlier. I didn't bother to identify them earlier. Alrighty, so star helmet is actually for Crest. So slightly better helmet. And we also have the star glass, which I could have equipped earlier already, but I didn't. That's okay. And well, we don't have the meteor armor yet. Wait, didn't we get the meteor armor sometime before? And I forgot where to pick it up. Do we have a question mark armor in our inventory? I was almost certain I picked it up. Oh, was it on the top left of the room where I said you don't have to do the thing anymore? Oops, excuse me.
actually sit up proper. It might be over there. Yeah, I don't see... Oh well, we're going outside soon anyways, so don't worry about it. Either way, Spine Sheath. Spine Sheath, a rapier used by assassins or backstabbing victims. So the stab attack on this thing is crazy. This is actually stronger than the Eternal Sword in Stabby. So it's pretty good. Welcome to the main part of the castle. I will be your guide, who actually kind of knows his way around, but only through the main portion. I'm not going to go much further. In fact, I will mainly go and deal with those guys over here. I'll make a little workaround.
Welcome, slave. I'll show you all the most beautiful thing the world has to offer. The blood of your dearest friends.
Oh boy. So here... we have two of those eye dudes. And they are not to be taken lightly. I need to put Crestwood in the front. In fact, I'm going to put Claw far back and Archie above Chester. So the reason why I do this is because if they teleport into the middle of my party, whoever those guys teleport on top of, they are pretty much straight up dead. So if I spread them out, at least not everybody's dead at the same time. So, that is my reasoning here. I don't remember what ability I have equipped right now. So Meteor Storm and Origin are your best friends in this encounter. It's a bit lengthy, it's kind of slow-ish, but this is the more or less safe way to do it. Just kind of keep using Origin and keep using Meteor Storm. And also Fury Slash whenever you have the opportunity to. We see you, Terror Search. I'm doing quite excellent, I hope so do you. I'm also always targeting the back guy with Origin, because the front guy could just kind of go different places, and I want to have someone taking care of the back guy first somehow. I'll also want to... oh boy, where's my... there we go. I need more TP on press. Before we run out. Origins cast slightly faster than Meteor Storm, so I can recast Origin with higher frequency. So I should cast Origin first and then Meteor Storm. Right now this is actually looking pretty decent. But all of that can change in an instant. As soon as they decide to teleport in the middle of my party. So kind of like the first boss of those kind. If they are being nice, then not much of a problem. But in this case they need to be two enemies that are nice. Also Origin just normally does that, that's just how it looks, I guess. It's a bit weird. By the way, the bosses, or those guys, are trying to cast Cure on each other. So even though there's only one left, I'm going to keep doing the same thing. Just let them use Origin and Meteor Storm on those guys. Because I have that much respect for those. Whew. Okay, okay. In this weird kind of way, in this area here, there's not really much of a difference between normal mode and hard mode. Okay, we got them. I'm surprised we got them first try, actually. They normally give me a lot more trouble than that. Okay. Here's a switch that opens up a door. Which door? I don't know. Well, actually I do know, but at the same time, I don't necessarily need to worry about that for now. So what are we going to do here now is we are actually going to go outside. Organize our inventory. Actually, I'm going to do that some other time. I just need to have the holy bottles up top. Where are my holy bottles? Oh my goodness. So, just for reference, in this door in the top left, There is a single room with a holy bottle. Nothing terribly interesting, so we just ignore it. Up here is where we... No. I don't know what's up here. A room with a room bottle. Okay. Fair enough. On here, I have no clue what's in here. What just? Mixed gummy and savory. Alright. Oh! Uh-oh, Rome Ice. They don't have as much HP as the bosses, but you know, to be careful. I may have just accidentally discovered that there's a faster way to get to where I want to go than what I always did in the speedrun. Okay, one Rome Eye down. Rome Eyes are the ones that can drop the Darius emblems, so if they drop them now, just kind of like, I don't need them anymore, thank you though. Also, by the way, this means that the soldier who said they found this Darius emblem on the body of a defeated demon, they actually managed to take down pretty substantially strong monsters. So yeah. Yeah, that's the way to go actually. I need to reroute this. So normally, this is where I go through. I'm so confused. Well, I come back on the left side there, by the way. I pointed over to the left, you couldn't see that, that's okay. Oh, is it because the original route used the... You can't go through the dread doors, by the way. In case you're wondering, it doesn't work. The statue out there does not contain anything. Huh. So normally I go through here. And then go to the right here, where I end up going through that red door that we saw from the other side. Huh. Really? Is the origin attack on the SNES meant to look like corruptions? I don't think it's meant to look like it, it just does. So this is true for both the original Japanese version and also fan translation, it's just, that's how it looks. There's no other corruption going on. There, sometimes it looks right. And I think it's based on the background, really. Whether it looks correct or not. So it's kind of weird. Either way, this is kind of how far I wanted to go into the final dungeon before we head back outside, since there is quite a few things on the side that I would like to tackle and do. Specifically, for now, I would suggest we are going to be revisiting dungeons we've already been to in the past. Quite literally in the past. Oh, right. If I don't equip everybody with Darius emblems, you're going to get teleported away again. Aquaman. It's Aquaman. Where is the Darius emblems? Now I wish we got the Darius emblem drop that way, I would be able to find it quicker in my inventory. And the items you recently acquired are highlighted. Ah, Rod. No, I can equip it, but Mint, we don't have her in the party right now, so we can't give it to her. Also, I never gave her... Excuse me, gave her the mana earring anymore. I should definitely do that. There they are. So we won't need the Darius emblem for quite a while, so reverting back to our regular equipment. You know what? Black Onyx will be fine too. I knew I want to have the fairy ring. I thought it was higher up than that. It's apparently not. Where do you have the fairing? There it is. And that means your fairing is at the bottom as well. Okay. Also, I want that meteor plate. Was it over here? I may have forgotten that it has even... Yeah, actually, there it is. On the right side there was the switch. This is the meteor plate. Because meteor plate is really good. It actually makes you straight up absorb certain elements, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. The thing is, there's not really a comprehensive database that lists all what the items do in detail and such. So it's a bit tricky. Also, Archie, I would like for you to not use spells anymore for a while. Until I tell you to, because while Meteor Stone is really strong, it's slow. Question mark armor and elixir. At this point we don't actually have to sell the elixir for money anymore, but at the same time I don't really have much use for it anyways. Yeah. Unfortunately there's no easy way to rearrange your items aside from sorting them. Whatever. I want to use rune bottles on the thing, but I don't know where the rune bottles are right now, that's okay. We're just going outside for now. Here we have no enemies. And that's that. Let us see. Come back? Yes indeed. So, you actually have to enter Dahl's castle in order to activate one of those little side quests. There is, as mentioned before, 3 or 4 things that I would like to accomplish and do before we complete our casual playthrough. Some of them I still need to prepare and look up how they work. Others I kind of want to go in blind, like the depths of the Mines of Moria. And I don't know how long the Mines of Moria are going to take, so I'll just do that at the beginning of the next session, whenever that might be. So... By the way, I'd like to point out that there's dynamic-ish shadow. It's very neat. Now to rearrange my inventory. Oh boy. I really don't have any use for those medicine bottles, have I? At the same time, there's not really much of a reason to sell, aside from, well, wanting to keep them. So you can sell extra legendaries emblems, which, as I mentioned, you can always get them by defeating enemies, but you really don't want to sell them. They don't give you any money, and you need them. Monk Shield is not worth it, we sell the Aqua Mantle. Armored Helmet is a helmet that's actually served us for a long time, but it's no longer that good. Armlet I'm never really going to use. Basilisk Scales can be useful. Going to keep those. Battle Room in case I want to deal more damage with Crest as well. But Black Onyx if I want to have more HP on everybody. Body Amulet pretends paralyzation, we keep that one. Composite Bow, don't need any more. Damascus we don't need anymore. I can't think of a single place where I'm going to use Dark Bottles. So I'm going to sell that one. If I ever need it again, I can just buy them again. Twinkie we don't need. The drum set is fun, I'm going to keep that. Blind Shield we don't need. Flame Mantle we don't need. Flare Spread, which it's pretty strong. Fire Element. Gale Spread is pretty strong. Wind Element, but we don't need them anymore. We have a more strong neutral ball on average anyways. And since random encounters I really have no idea how strong they are, and generally speaking bosses don't have any weaknesses to specific elements, having an elemental bow is kind of bad, because you cannot actually actively tell Chester to stop attacking unless you, well, kill him off. We only really need one Gorgon Amulet, the Grimorium. I'm not sure, what do we do with an Ice Coffin? By the way, we bought the Ice Coffin for 50,000 gold by using a perfume, and then we can sell it for 70,000. I don't know whether they have any special abilities, but we could always buy another one. Well, the mackerels. I really don't think we're going to use the mental rings anytime soon anymore. Well, maybe one on mint. which means might as well keep them off. Mithril Mesh, we don't need that anymore. Mist Rune to run away quicker, that actually might come in handy, because I know one thing about the Mines of Moria. Nightmare Boots to walk around quicker in combat. Sounds nice, but I really don't think I'm going to use them anytime soon. Nimstring to make immune to fire attacks could be useful. Paladin's Helmet we don't need. Persian Boots are really good. Pickaxe we keep, because we might need it, I don't know. Plate Mail we no longer need. Pole Arm we no longer need, because we have a better weapon just straight up with the Eternal Sword now, it's still neutral element. Princess Cape, I don't think we've ever really used those. Protect Ring, maybe. Rabionis, we sell. Rare Shield, we don't need anymore. The Reflect Plate. This might have better magical protection properties. I'm going to keep it for now, I don't actually know. Reverse Stole, might keep it. Rune Rod we no longer need. Seventh Sun. Book Writing in Long Forgotten Eastern Language. And Clark just uses it to smack over enemies' heads. Silk Hat we no longer need. Silver Cloak. We definitely need to sell items for a while. Soul Stealer, Bow. So this would deal more damage, but once again, the LMO is just accuracy is key. You want to always hit enemies. That is why I want to have Chesterman part in the first place. Star Cloak. Oh, I should equip that on Clark. Also, this is 450,000 gold. Silkbroom Tunic. Who has? Oh, Chester brought the tunic since he was there still at the beginning. Wave Spread. Same deal as the other ones, just water element, I guess. White Mist we don't need. We have a Mist Jewel. Rare Helm we don't need anymore. Those are just short bows. Rare Gauntlet we don't need anymore either. Star Rod we want to equip that on Mint. Spine Sheath. While this is a pretty crazy poke attack, I don't think we specifically use any abilities that rely on poking. But might as well keep it for now. Elixir, I'm never going to use elixirs. And we have 1,014,901 gold. Hooray. So, alrighty. What I want to do here is I want to sell... Okay, here's how I do it. I want to sell one Miracle Gummy, one Mex Gummy, one of those. I want to have at least one of those, each ones that I can buy. That way I will be able to rearrange my inventory more easily. So, okay. What I'm doing now is I'm going to my inventory in case I bought anything new. Arrange. Oh, there was a question mark armor there. Right, I forgot. I forgot already. That's the good armor. Where is it? Rune Bottle, there we go. Dia armor. Dia armor is equipped. Okay, dokie. So, in my first slot there's now the rare plate, which is actually good. I kind of want it that way right now. Well, actually it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, let's sell it. So, now I'm going to buy all consumable items. That means they are the latest items I have acquired. And Flare Bottle will be the latest of those. I'm not going to buy Holy Bottles yet. Going to my inventory, order them by latest acquired. Then, now, I need a Rune Bottle. Oh boy, the Rune Bottle is missing again. No, come back, Rune Bottle, I need you. Yeah, Rune Bottle. I need to make one Miracle Gummy. And one Lemon Gummy. Now I'm going to rearrange them again by latest acquired. Lemon Gummy and Miracle Gummy are now at the top. Now I'm going to buy Holy Bottles. Arranged by latest acquired, and we have finally a proper inventory again, where the consumable items are up top. Only the rune bottles are a little bit out of the way, but that's okay. Once I memorize where the position is, it will be fine. Whew. By the way, I'm going to reset if I accidentally rearrange my inventory again, because that just takes a while. Okay, finally. So, let us go real quick back to Alvanista and buy more rune bottles. Main reason why I go to Alvanista for that is because I actually know where they are here. Not really any other reason. Also would like to have Mint back in our party. And I'm going to exchange Archie for now. And I'm going to equip the sprint boots on you. Actually no, you get the mana ring. You should wear that one actually. In this case, you're going to get the sprint boots. Sorry buddy, you don't get more health. It'll be fine. Jet boots is called. Alrighty, now. Rune bottles? And where are they? Just checking. All the way over there. Oh well. Maybe I should have bought rune bottles and rearranged and then holy bottles and then rearranged. Nah, I'll find. Okay, now, finally, let us revisit old dungeons that we have not been to since we were in the past, because all of those are now slightly different. All of those contain usually just one specific place with a new item. Usually in rooms, which, well, contain other stuff. Also, this still looks like Bart's house. Hi, how are you? Who are you?
Hey, get out of my house!
Oh, really? Well, I mean, Bart has not been alive for about 100 years, I imagine. So, I guess that's the treatment to be expected. So, enemies have been updated in these areas. But once again, there's only really one or two items or relevance or interests that we want to go and check out. I believe I know where it is in here. That would be all the way on the left side here. Alright, I don't know where it is. Oh, no, wait, I have an idea. Voltura! Looks like a regular harpy. It's a fair bit stronger, and we acquired chicken? Let's not think about that one too hard. I think it's down here. There might still be those demons that are impossible to be killed. Maybe we would have enough power to punch through now. We found a reverse stall. Oh, alright, we are in the correct area. There's new items here. And here, this is what I was looking for. Another Voltura. We find an amethyst ring. What does an amethyst ring do? Well, a summoner's ring. The wearer is shielded from earth. Interesting. So, the ring we used to, well, forge a pact with Gnome did not protect us from earth. This one does. And as you might be able to tell, there is now new items to be found. Because the new summon rings that we found. Because there are new summons. I don't think we've ever seen this battle background actually so far. This looks amazing. I don't remember this battle background at all. Let's get into another battle real quick. Clearly stole a chicken from a nearby farm. You rescue it from its grasp. Sure. I can go with that. So yeah, that's the entirety of mountain here. I love the music around here, it's so good. But there's really not a whole lot in those areas. Wow, no encounter? I'm surprised. There's not a whole lot in these areas, but just a little bit of tidbits. There's actually something that we could have gone and gotten and acquired quite a while ago. So this is Phantasia over here. Northwest of here is Demital's Island somewhere. I actually have no idea where. But this is Antinius Cave. We also want to go in here. I do believe I remember where it was in here. Once again, there's just a few new encounters. Not too many different things. And I think we just take the regular road to get further into the dungeon. We actually may not have to hit all the switches now that I think about it. I probably only have to hit this switch and then we can just go through. Squid and Coronas. Fireball. Well, that's not all that strong, honestly. They do survive a whole lot of damage, though. Fireball is not a terribly dangerous spell, overall. It does put a damage over time effect on you, so it's not to be taken too lightly. But at the same time, we can deal with it. Especially Mint can deal with it, really. Alrighty, Clark had enough. Just kind of go, you know what, you take too long. Origin! So the enemies here are upgraded, but not amazingly strong. I think this is the reason is because we could have gone here immediately when we first arrived here in the present, but instead I followed the regular storyline and I got quite some upgraded equipment from it. So, I don't know whether it's here on the left side. There it is. We find a sapphire ring. What does a sapphire ring do? You may have guessed it, it's another summon pact ring. A summoner's ring. The wearer is shielded from thunder. So, the thing we got for creating a pact with Volt was not that one. It's actually quite interesting if you think about it, because the one ring we used to form a summoning pact with Undine, or Undine, or Undine, whatever, that one was not used for this. That one was the only one that is that kind of elemental absorption type for Clark. That was not used in. That was used in the summoning pact. So I guess it doesn't really matter too much which kind of rings you use for summoning pacts in this universe, as long as you use some of them. Kraken! You have a lot of HP, but not nearly enough to be much of a challenge. Indeed, Rapite is a friendly drunk. So, I believe. So this is near where Ari is, or Airy, where there's eternal darkness. What do you find? A cave of darkness, of course. Also, you can actually see in the background there houses, like where the dwarves used to live, or something like that. Are you a magical spirit?
My name, Shadow, Darkness, Spirit, you, world, frightened, dolls, we, darkness, people, brainwashed, enemy.
Why can't he speak normally? I think I understand. His friends have been brainwashed by dolls and are now working for him. He wants to help us defeat dolls and recover his friends.
You, we, friends, no, we, darkness, people, safe.
Then let's contract. I think Clark misunderstood here a little bit.
Hold. Contract. Ring. Amethyst.
Spirits of magic, I beseech you, with this ring, grant me the power of darkness. My name is Clarth. So this is what the amethyst ring was for. We have a new summon. That is... Clarth is now able to summon the mysterious being of darkness. The Shadow. Of course it's called Shadow, what else? Either way, this is one of the other summons. I actually don't know whether there are any more. So, this was not one of the old places that we wanted to visit, but I just couldn't find the Demetel's Manor, to be completely frank with you. No, Demetel's Manor has to be somewhere around here. You know what we can do? Instead, we can go and just take a ship from Phantasia. I think that is a perfectly acceptable way to handle this. Oh, I found it. Nice. That's nice as well. Alright, sorry about that. Where was I? Right. So this is Demetel's Manor. We could have gone back here, actually quite a while ago. And in fact, I do believe there is nothing different, aside from enemy encounters. However, there are a few items that we can actually, or could have gotten here way earlier, if we just decided to come back here into Demetel's Manor. Maybe I should not have used the Holy Bottle. This is short enough as it is. At least I don't think there are new items. Let's actually run. That way we burn our steps twice as quick. Just see some of the encounters. So those are liches. Liches actually petrify you if they hit you with regular attacks. So they are not without danger. They are definitely not without danger. But also not terribly terrifying, since we didn't go here as soon as we had the opportunity. You could have taken a boat over here, I think. Well, I guess after Volt's Cavern you could have more or less gone here anytime anyways. And the Volt's Cavern is not that far away. So, these... Oh, that chest I did not know about. It's a book of spells. Archie learned Death Cloud. Oh, interesting. What is that spell? Let's get Archie in our party, actually. Skills. Oh, no, this is a late game spell. I was wrong. There is actually something new here. Envelops an enemy in the very substance of death. Alrighty. That is nice. Either way, you could have gotten here already after defeating Demetel in the past, like very early on. Just come back here, where you can find a question mark book and some random enemies. Alrighty, here. We could have had a halberd already before going even onto the boat over to Phantasia. The halberd would have actually been a really good weapon to have already. Like, if you play this casually and you don't necessarily want to go out of your way to defeat Jamir with just really questionable equipment, or for that matter, trying to handle, well, money well enough so you can go and buy a mecha halberd over in Midgard, you can easily get a halberd here. That thing is really good for that part of the game. It is actually something I never considered even pointing out because, well, I never go back here. Why would I? It takes ages. So, we went to Sylph's Cavern, we went Sylph Mountain, we went to Andini's area. Let us visit where Gnome used to reside. There is something new there as well. I can find it. What is that village? Oh, that's Phantasia. Just north of here should be... There we go. I missed that thing. Let's actually real quick go back to the mana tree, whether there's something new here. I hope there is, because otherwise I missed it, because I completely forgot about this. We'll see in just a moment. Oh, just a random encounter. Or he was... You know, we went to the mana tree very early on, just when we arrived in the future here. So, it's not like it could have been much, right? Alright, it's not here. Alrighty. I will look up what exactly it entails, but ladies and gentlemen, I believe right after you figure out that you need the Riarts in order to fly over to Alvanista, and before... The airbirds, by the way, are Riarts. Before you get Volt, there's a little cutscene here that you can experience, where you actually meet dolls talking to Martel. I don't know what the content of that cutscene is. I will figure it out and I will tell you guys about it. In fact, let me write that down real quick so I'm not going to forget. Maybe I'll always try to find a video of something like that. Either way, it's actually quite interesting. Let me put it this way. The thing is, I don't exactly remember what it is myself anymore. So, let us explore here. I'll just remember now, that's kind of silly too. How amazing is it that he can hit a bee with an arrow? Well, pretty good to say the least. Let me actually put the battle rune. So at this point, Cress has almost 8000 HP without an Onyx. So, pretty substantial. Thief of Spirits. Once again, some new enemies, not terribly strong, at least not in comparison to what we encountered, but it's worth noting. We have Frog Moss. Froggy! They have a lot of HP for little froggies, if you ask me. They actually deal damage. That's impressive. Prompt. And I don't know whether there's encounters down here now in this area, but when you first... Yeah, there are now. When you first visit here, there are actually no encounters in this area. In the past, that is. And also the present, for that matter. I do believe you can go in here. No, actually, you can't go all the way down in the present, but you can go a bit further. So, just curious what kind of encounters we have. By the way, this area up here, in the PlayStation version, if you enter the secret code, this is where something weird happens. Where we get a chest with an incredibly strong weapon that the PlayStation version more or less carries through the majority of the early game. All the way to the mid game. It's a really, really crazy good sword. But we can't get that on this SNES version because it doesn't exist. It would be right here. It isn't here. Alright. So, alternatively,
there are maybe other things in places that didn't contain anything until just now. Well, I guess this has little to do with an alternative, but aside from that, I guess. More Caronas. We did meet those in the previous area already. Lightning Bolt. Could probably deal a surprising amount of damage with a little Lightning Bolt, but most likely not even all that noteworthy. Hey silly monkey, welcome to you. Hope you're doing well as well. So I'm not even sure why I saved. Because there's no battle in here. So on the left here, we now have a chest. We find the Emerald Ring. That kind of suggests that there is more summons. A Summoner's Ring. The wearer is granted bonus HP. I actually have no idea how good that is. Now I'm curious. Mint. Emerald Ring. And he gets... That the same at 30%, 4,522. What if you gave a Black Onyx instead? The Emerald Ring is the exact same as a Black Onyx. Does it stack with an Emerald Ring though? It does not. So, unfortunately, equipping the Emerald Ring here on Clark is, well, not all that worthwhile, really. But it's interesting. It's another ring that we may want to keep in mind. We did find one of the summoned spirits, but there are apparently at least 2 more. And that's all there is. I don't think there's anything else in these areas. So let's just head back outside. So we revisited the cave of Ifrit, I believe earlier already. Bam! Holy cow! Whoa. I forgot that we actually did get the new summon spirit and Clark has it now. That... I thought it was an instant death attack, but apparently that's way different. Hey, we have keys here. That's probably a fan translation thingy. Greetings to you, Xeroxius. Welcome. How are you doing? Let me actually see. That darkness was actually stronger than Origin. I assume Origin is neutral element and thus hits everything, but maybe that's really, really strong. Let's actually use Death Cloud on those guys. Don't even know what that does. Death Cloud. Yeah, alrighty. Death Cloud is an instant death spell, apparently. Shut up. Bam! Holy cow. Rip. Wow. Scary. Have I ever played one of the other Tales games? Yes, I played Tales of Symphonia. That was my introduction to the entire series, honestly. I never really played a Tales game before Tales of Symphonia. I do faintly remember owning Tales of Phantasia on the Game Boy Advance. But I'm actually not entirely sure that's true, or maybe I'm just making that up and misremember stuff. But yeah, Tales of Symphonia was my introduction to the Tales of series. I've actually not really played any other titles besides Symphonia and Phantasia, which is an interesting coincidence because those are the, well, some of the few games that are somewhat connected in a sense. Either way, we already visited Ifrit's lair, where we did actually acquire, I think that was the amethyst ring that we got. And well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all there is for now. Next time we are going to head into the mines of Moria And we also will do another little side quest that is a treasure hunt. The treasure hunt is actually the main reason why you need to enter Dal's Castle, because it only becomes available after the first time you enter Dal's Castle and then come back out of it. I will need to prepare for that. I will not be preparing for the Mines of Moria. I will just kind of deliberately dive into those blind. I heard it's a pretty dangerous place. And yeah, considering how destroyed we got by enemies in Dal's Castle, I don't think the enemies down there are any easier. So, we'll see how this is going to go. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, thank you for lurking, and have a pleasant day. Oh, by the way, I keep forgetting that. If you follow me on Twitter or join our Discord, you will be notified about updates when the stream goes live, when the stream doesn't go live for that matter on the day. Because I don't have a regular schedule aside from trying to start at 3 PM European time, that is kind of Switzerland time over there. Which I believe 6 hours earlier than that, which would be 9 AM East Coast time, I think, is when I usually aim to start. Between then and half an hour later. But yeah, if you follow me in Discord on Twitter, you can watch that. Get updates easier. I don't usually like blocking that, but maybe sometimes it could be useful to say that. Take care.